Guys, so today's video is going to be my September favorites. I almost said fall favorites. It is going to be my September favorites video. It is officially fall, hence like my very fall-esque look today. So I am super excited for fall. I love fall, and I cannot believe how quickly the months are passing. October is gonna be here before we know it. But I have a lot of products here that I have been loving, particularly this month. And before I get into the products, I want to say a quick hello to anybody that is new to my channel. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. But with that being said, let's get right into this video so that this video doesn't last forever. So the very first thing is going to be foundation. I actually have two different foundations that I have been kind of switching back and forth between this month. And the number one being the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I love this foundation for days that I'm going to be out all day long and I need something to just wear on my face that's gonna last all day, and also if I'm going out at night. Sometimes during the day I do wear other foundations that aren't as thick as this one is, because this is a thicker foundation. I wouldn't call it heavy, it's just thicker than some of my other foundations, but I absolutely love it because the coverage is great, and it lasts all day and it just looks pretty good throughout the day, and I don't know, I just love it. And if you guys have not seen my first impression on this foundation, I will leave that linked in the description box if you guys want to try this out and if you're curious about it. So yeah, but I do love this foundation. This foundation is definitely going to be my go-to like night out foundation for the winter, and like foundation for like full coverage and parties and things like that. So yeah. So the next foundation that I have been absolutely adoring this month is the Anastasia stick foundation that they came out with just recently. So this was Anastasia's first foundation. Once again, if you guys have not seen my review and first impression on this foundation, I will leave a link in the description box so you guys can check that out. But I absolutely have fallen in love with this foundation. I love the way it wears throughout the day. I think it looks really good on my skin, and I know, like I said in my review, that this was meant for oily skin, and Norvina said that it was targeted for oily skin, and that if you had dry skin it may not work for you, but I have dry skin and I absolutely adore this foundation. So yeah, I've just been loving this. This has been a foundation that I've been wearing on days where I just want something quick, and I want, you know, a good amount of coverage, but I just want, you know, a quick foundation, and a foundation that is gonna last, because this does last really well throughout the day as well. So I've been loving this foundation, and I've definitely been switching back and forth between the Anastasia and the Urban Decay. The next thing that I've actually fallen in love with again is the Ben Nye Banana Powder. Now this is not necessarily the shade for me, obviously. It's very yellow, but I like to mix this with my Coty Airspun Loose Powder to get more of the texture of this powder and the finish of this powder, but like the color of the Coty one, so something that's not as yellow. I really need to order probably the Cameo powder. It's the same powder, it's just in a different color that would actually match me better, but I have pulled this back out again and I have remembered how much I love this powder. It just makes everything go on super flawless, and it just definitely helps to keep your foundation on longer, and I love the airbrushed effect that it gives underneath my eyes when I set my concealer. So I have recently fallen in love with this, and I've been using this all of September. The next thing is also another powder, and this powder I used to love a long time ago, and I used to actually wear this as just a foundation by itself, but recently have picked it back up again to use as like a highlighting powder. So I have fallen back in love with the MAC Studio Fix powder. This powder is very thick. It's a very like heavy powder. So I think that's why I actually stopped using it a while ago, but I've actually started to use it again, and I have started to use it as like a highlighting powder underneath my eyes and like in the center of my face, and I don't use too much of it, and I think that's why I can get away with using it again. I've just fallen in love with this powder. It's just really, really light, the color that I have. This is NW15, so it just matches like my under eyes really well, and it really does a great job at highlighting my under eyes so that I get that brightness. So I've really been loving that. The next product that I have been loving this month and have been wearing almost every day, I don't actually have it on today, but I have worn it like every other day in September since I've gotten it, and I'm super late on this bandwagon, I know, but it is the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette. I have fallen in love with this palette. I think that the colors are beautiful for this time of the year. These like bronzy colors here, I just absolutely love this palette. The highlights are beautiful. And I am super impressed. So I have been wearing this non-stop and doing like these purpley toned looks with it and bronzy looks with it. I'm just honestly in love with it. I use at least one color out of this palette a day. Like I said, I didn't today, but I love it, and the highlights are so beautiful. So yeah, I've definitely been using this palette throughout the month, and once again, if you guys want to see, I'll just, you know what, I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm just gonna say all of my first impression reviews and tutorials using all of these things, if I have done one or use these in videos, will be linked in the description box. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say, because like half these things I've done a first impression on or I've done a review on. So yeah, if you guys are curious about any of those, just check the description box and all that information will be down there. But yeah, I have been loving this palette this month. So the next thing that I've been loving is the Kathleen Lights and Makeup Geek Highlighting Palette. I love this palette. I have been using this every single day. I have been using the Carli Bybel highlights as well, but oh my gosh. Oh, this palette is everything. It's so stunning. The colors are stunning. I mainly use these two shades right here. I don't really use this one all that much, but I mainly use these two, and I mix them together a lot, and they're just so beautiful. It's what I have on today. It just gives like the prettiest highlight. It can go from honestly subtle if you are really, really careful to super intense, which is what I like. So I like the range of it. I think Kathleen Lights and Makeup Geek did an awesome job on this palette. I've definitely been reaching for this all the time this month. I also like that it's super compact to use, so I like that just because, you know, I can just pick it up and I can also take it with me and travel. I just think it's really beautiful, so yeah, I have definitely been loving this palette as well. So next, I have recently pulled a lip color back out again that I haven't worn in a really long time, and it is Copenhagen from NYX. This is their soft matte lip cream. I know that this color is super popular and was like so popular a couple years back, and everybody loved it, and I still love it. It's actually what I have on my lips right now. I have just recently been pulling this back out again. I have been so into like that vampy vibe lately, and this color has been like really satisfying that. So I've been wearing this tons throughout September. It's just such a beautiful color and you just can't go wrong, and yeah, I've been loving it. So to kind of go hand in hand with that Copenhagen lip soft matte lip cream, I recently found these new NYX Suede matte lip liners. I had no idea that NYX had these out. I do have a couple of their suede, NYX liquid suede cream lipsticks, and I do really like those, but I had no idea that they had lip pencils in in them, and that these are matte lip pencils. I really like the fact that they're matte just because they just kind of glide under everything really nicely, and if I want a matte lip, it really helps to accentuate that. And I have the color Subversive Socialite and the color Copenhagen here. I just really like these. I like NYX's lip liners for the drugstore. I feel like they're the best drugstore lip liners out there. It's just my personal opinion. And if you're on a budget and you can't afford like really expensive lip liners, I really do think that these are some of the best ones, and I've been using these tons this month. They're really great. And I also like the fact that if you're really also just a big fan of NYX in general, have like all of the colors to match their suede lipsticks and a couple of other lipsticks, so I really like that. So yeah. Okay, so next is going to be like more of like skincare and other things that aren't necessarily makeup. So I just recently got the Glam Glow Clearing Treatment Mud Mask, and I am in love with this. I have been struggling with really bad texture for a while now. It comes and it goes, and it gets really bad, and then it'll kind of ease up, and then it'll get really bad again. And I mean, I'm still experiencing a little bit of it, but this mud mask has cleared up my skin so much, and it's really helped with the texture. Like this texture, I've never been someone to be like self-conscious of their skin, because to be honest, like I've never really had bad skin, but this texture on my skin is just so bad, and it's everywhere, and it's just become such a huge problem for me. And I just hate the way that it looks. Like my highlight looks ridiculous. Like, I don't know. So I used the mud mask, and so this is what the actual jar looks like, which is really sleek and nice and compact. I used this, and it cleared up so much of my skin and so much of my texture. I feel like a lot of the texture was like really badly clogged pores, because to be honest, I haven't been taking care of my skin like I should be, as far as like, you know, really taking the time to cleanse and moisturize and all that like I should. I am a huge, like, I do cleanse and moisturize my face, but I just don't put enough attention into it, and I don't do enough like masks and things like that help clear your face out, and I don't do mask to hydrate or anything like that. And I feel like that just has a lot to do with it, is that I just do the basics of skincare, and I don't ever like kind of go above and beyond that to like really keep my skin looking nice, and I feel like that is the problem. So I finally splurged and got this one. This is a very expensive mask. This is like $70, but in my opinion, I feel like it is worth the money. I know it doesn't come with a ton, like that's like such a little jar for the amount of money that it is, but it's such a good mask, it's worth it to me. So yeah, I've just been loving this mask this month as well. I've been using it a lot, and it has been clearing up my texture and unclogging all of my pores, which is just great. My nose looks so nice, and my pores look a lot smaller. Not that I really have a problem with pores. I don't really consider my pores to be that big anyways, but if you have a problem with your pores being big, or just blackheads, or just like you feel like you can't clear your skin out, I would definitely recommend investing in this mask, because it's really good and it is totally worth the money. Okay, so next is going to be a hand soap, and I put this in a haul recently, and I have fallen in love with it. This is the Crisp Morning Air hand soap from Bath & Body Works, and this one is supposed to smell like soft pine, fresh juniper, and juicy pear. And I don't know if it's because I'm obsessed with pears or what, but when I put this on my hands and I wash my hands, like, I just get so happy. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but honestly, I will specifically go to my kitchen to wash my hands, because that's where this soap is, and I like won't wash my hands in the bathroom. I go to the kitchen because that's where this soap is, and I want my hands to smell like this soap, and it lasts on your hands for so long. If you guys have never used the Bath & Body Works I definitely feel like they're so worth the money. Like, they really last, like the smell lasts on your hands for such a long time. It's incredible. So I have been absolutely loving this soap this month. Okay, and for the very last product of this video, I had to pull it out from the back. And it's still really wet, but this is the Autumn candle from Bath & Body Works. I have been absolutely obsessing over the smell. I burn it in every single time I film. So like literally I will burn this candle and I will blow it out and I will go run errands, and then like I will come back hours later and it will, my whole house will just smell like it still, and it smells so delicious. Oh, I just love the way that it smells. If you guys have not tried the Autumn candle from Bath & Body Works and you guys have not smelt it, I highly suggest you guys go and get this candle, or at least smell it and see if you like it. It smells so incredible. I've been obsessed with it. This has definitely been like my favorite candle of September. So that is it for my September favorites. I hope that you guys liked this video. I try to keep these videos fast paced because I could talk about these products forever and ever. So I try not to like hang on to one product for so long. But yeah, I hope that you guys liked this video. And also let me know if you guys have tried any of these products and what you think about them. And like I said, if you guys want to see any of the videos that I mentioned in this video, or if you guys are curious to see what all I have reviewed and done a video on, you can definitely go check the description box and all the links will be down there for you guys to go check those videos out. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did like this video, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.